Okay, let's go over skill 2.5, which is writing a linear equation using point slope, or the point slope formula. You are familiar with the formula that you see in green. This is slope-intercept form, or in other words, if you know what the y-intercept is, which is b, and the slope, which is m, you can create the equation. That's what we've been doing with the vein charts and how you had to write the story given the numerical, or write the equation given the graph. That's what we've been doing last week. So yesterday or last class, we were going over the example of a push-up, the push-up mania, and also the putt-putt golf. And the idea there was both of those situations, we didn't actually have the y-intercept. So we had to, in a sense, adjust our equations. So what you see here in the red is the slope-intercept form, but it's been shifted, it's been changed. Meaning I'm starting not at the y-intercept, I'm starting at any point. And that's what this x1, y1 is. It's just representing a new point. So the idea of slope-intercept is simply this. Let me kind of show you on a slightly different screen right here. The idea of slope-intercept is that we are using not the y-intercept, but a new starting point. We're going to shift to a new point, and that's the big idea. Okay, so we're trying to create the equation with just a slope and any point on the line. So let me show you what we mean by that through an example. Let me do it algebraically first, and then we'll get into a graphical representation on Desmos. So what I'm going to do is figure out a way to write the equation given a slope and a point. Well, before we do, I want you to think about this term day zero. In our stories, day zero represented our initial value, what we started with. If it was money, I can interpret it as, hey, I start with $100 and I'm earning, let's say, $3 every 5 days. Well, my equation would be y equals, I'm earning 3 for every 5 days, and I started with, I think I said $100. There's my equation, I'm done. Well, with point slope, let's say I don't know what I start with, but I know that on day 10, I have $32, we'll say. Well, how do I write the equation then? Well, the cool part is if I can figure out a way to make this 10 become 0, then that's my new starting point. I can start with this point and not with the y-intercept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 10 and figure out, okay, what do I need to do to 10 to make it become 0? Well, I need to subtract 10 from it. So here's where the equation comes in handy, because the slope doesn't change, it's still 3/5. But what we need to do is subtract from all the x values 10, which by doing so will make everything here equal to 0, because 10 minus 10 is 0. Well, by getting it to become 0, that lets us start at 32, so therefore this is plus 32. And we're done. That's it. So the cool part is this works for any point. Let me just make up another random point. Let's say, let me just create one. Let's say it was 22, 5. Same slope, but maybe a different function. So my equation would be y equals, slope is still 3/5. But now I want to make 22 become my new day 0, my new initial value. So what I need to do to the x values is subtract 22. So this is x minus 22, and then I start with the new output, or the new y value, which in this case is 5. And that's it. That's all it is. If it was negative, it still works. If my x value was negative, let me show you. Let's make it negative 22. Well, how do I make negative 22 become 0? Well, I add 22. So therefore, I will add 22 to my x value. So it'll be x plus 22, and then I start with my 5. And that's it. That's all it is. So with that in mind, let's show you a graphical representation. So what we were doing in class is kind of this putt-putt idea. Let me get one that it doesn't show the answer yet. And in order to do this, all I need to know is the slope and a point. So I can choose either one. A lot of students in class were using the golf ball as the point for their line. So I'll use the golf ball first. So let's find out the slope here. I don't know if you can see my little cursor. There we go. Start here. It looks like I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I went down 6. Let me type that in here into my my box. So that is down 6. Sorry, it kind of covers it up. So I went down 6, and then I have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going over 7 for my x's. So let's put that over. So I've got my slope in there. Beautiful. But now I need to choose the point, which we just decided was the golf ball. What's this golf ball right here? Notice the x value is -2. Well, how to get the -2 to become 0? Well, I need to add 2 to it to get it to be 0. So what I will type in here is x plus 2, close parentheses. Which hopefully you can see right here. Do you see right there? It's 0, and that's what we want. If I plug in -2, it becomes 0. Because then I can start with the y value of that coordinate or of that golf ball, which is 4. So I can put in here plus 4. And there's my equation. So if I were to hit the golf ball following that trajectory, it will go into that hole there. So the cool part is I can do this for any point on that line. Since I know it needs to be a linear line, I am going to change this equation and use the hole instead. So that means I need to use the corner points. Let me write it out this time. That way you can see it. I'm going to use the corner point right here, 5, -2. Well, that means my slope stays the same. So my new equation will be y equals down 6 over 7. I'm just shifting where I start. So that means this 5, I need it to go to 0. So what do I need to do? Subtract 5 from all the x values. So this is x minus 5, which then allows me to start with -2. So I just put -2 in there. And what you'll see is if I do type that in, I'll do it right now for you. It's kind of hard for me to see. Hopefully I'm doing this right. This is -5. Let's just make sure. Oh, I forgot parentheses. Sorry. Parentheses, put an x in there. X. There you go, close this one. Excuse me. It's kind of hard doing this on my my tablet. But notice that x minus 5 is representing that shift. And you can see right here, can you see how it's 0? So now the corner point is -2, so then I'll just type in -2, -2, and there you have it. You have the linear equation that passes through there. So it doesn't matter what point you use on that line, it will work. So let me do one more just really quick, just so that way you see one more example. So here, I just need to figure out the slope. So I'm actually going to do this by hand instead of typing it. That way it goes a little faster. So if you look, I need to find the slope, so that I'll go from the hole to the ball. So this is going down 1, 2, 3, 4. So down 4 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you can see the little triangle. So I know my slope is y equals -4 over 6. Now I need to get what's in the parentheses. It doesn't matter which one you use. I will use the hole. Okay. So this point right here, the coordinate is -4. You can see it's -4, comma, -2. So what I need to do to the x value is make that become 0. So I need to add 4 to it. So this is going to be x plus 4 inside, which allows me to start at -2. If I wanted to use the golf ball, the slope stays the same, down 4 over 6. And now the coordinate here, if we look, it's 2, -6, or in other words, 2, comma, -6. How do we get the x value to become 0? I subtract 2 from it. So this is now x minus 2. So that way I can start at -6. And if you type that in, you will get the line that goes between those two. Notice they look different, right? But the key thing is, we're just starting at a different point, but we're still following with that slope of down 4 and over 6. And so that's why we get the same line, is that we're just starting at a different point, and that's why it's really cool. We don't need the y-intercept, I just need a point, and it'll work every time. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. Love to help you, and best of luck, and thanks for watching.